Offensive neorealism. Offensive neorealism is a major theoretical branch of realist thought that argues states must constantly seek to maximize their power in an anarchic international system. Its roots can be traced back to classical realist philosophers such as Thucydides, Machiavelli, and Thomas Hobbes, all of whom emphasized fear, uncertainty, and self-interest as central drivers of political behavior. Thucydides described how power and insecurity fueled the Peloponnesian War. Machiavelli advised rulers to rely on skill and strength rather than moral obligation, and Hobbes argued that life in a lawless, quote, state of nature, unquote, produced competition and mistrust. These ideas later shaped 20th century realist theory, especially after the global instability witnessed during World War II. The leading contemporary scholar associated with offensive neorealism is, do not write this. John J. Mearsheimer is currently one of the leading contemporary scholars associated with offensive neorealism, whose work, The Tragedy of Great Power Politics, remains one of the clearest articulations of the theory. Mearsheimer builds on Kenneth Waltz's structural realism but rejects Waltz's more cautious defensive approach. Instead, offensive neorealism argues that states are not satisfied with merely maintaining enough power to survive. Rather, the logic of anarchy pushes them to seek opportunities to increase their relative power, dominate their regions, and prevent rivals from gaining strength. Because no state can ever know the true intentions of another, and because there is no higher authority to enforce rules or protect them, states face relentless pressure to compete. Offensive neorealism rests on several key assumptions. The international system is anarchic. All states possess some offensive military capability. States can never be fully certain about others' intentions. Survival is the primary national goal, and states act rationally in pursuit of their interests. These conditions create a world in which power becomes the only reliable guarantee of security. As a result, great powers constantly attempt to maximize their influence through military buildup, territorial expansion, strategic alliances, or coercive diplomacy. Mearsheimer argues that states ultimately strive for regional hegemony, since global hegemony is constrained by geography and logistics. Although offensive neorealism does not depend on the belief that individuals are inherently aggressive, it adopts a generally pessimistic view of human nature by assuming leaders operate in a dangerous system that rewards self-interested and competitive behavior. The state, especially the great power, remains the primary actor in world politics. Despite its influence, offensive neorealism faces several criticisms. It often overpredicts conflict and underestimates the role of cooperation, international institutions, and economic interdependence. It also struggles to explain long periods of peace, restraint, or integration among major states. Still, offensive neorealism remains one of the most powerful frameworks for understanding great power competition in international relations.